I hope everyone is well. So these are the mini readings by sign for the period from the 28th of March full moon to the new moon, which is 12th or 13th of April. So as always, you can watch all of these. It's there might be a little bit more, have more meaning for the sun signs or even the moon sign or the ascendant if you've got that, but you could also have quite a lot of energy in a particular sign, other planets in a particular sign, so it might you might feel if you watch one that it corresponds to you more, and that would be why probably. So they're only short anyway. So what else? I'm still doing personal readings. I've got my website up and running now, so the link is in the description box below, and I am on Facebook. Someone did point out to me that it's not linking correctly from the YouTube videos I put out. So if you wanted to join me on Facebook, you can link to that through my website actually. It's got a link there which works, takes you to the right page. Saying that though, I don't actually use Facebook that much because I don't like it that much, to be honest. But I might start to, you never know. Just see how it goes. And then that is it really. So I feel like also, just wanted to say, since this morning I feel like the energy shifted a bit upwards. So it feels like we're in this like crossroads, like a juncture. It's a bit confused, volatile. Feels like we're kind of simultaneously in the head and the heart at the moment, and it doesn't quite know which way to go. And that will be fulfilling some kind of function, no doubt. But as I say, it's quite volatile at the moment. It's a bit hard to see why that is, and it's a bit like watching a football match and it's getting to the final few minutes and nobody's scored yet. It feels like that energetically. It's kind of weirdness, right? But it did when I got up this morning feel more like the heart was winning. Anyway, we shall have to see how it goes because it's still 3 days before the moon, but I feel like something's about to pop and something's about to jump out of whether it's jumping out of the shadows or jumping out of a plane, I don't really know, but we'll have to see what happens, won't we? Anyway, that's it for the intro. And like I say, you can book a personal reading if you click on the website in the link. It'll give you all the information. I'll speak to you later. Lots of love. Bye. Hello. Right, so these are the short signs, short readings for each sign for the full moon period till the next new moon. And this one is for the earth signs. So we'll be looking at the first of the earth signs first, which is Taurus. Let's see what they have to say. For Taurians, or anybody with a sun, the moon, ascendant, possibly any other planet that's strongly aspected, etc., etc. Anyway, Taurus, what do they want to say for Taurus? Okay, we've got the Hierophant coming out, which is relationship and change. 9 of Wands, wounded warrior. 8 of Swords, which is the mind, and it is the endless cycle of worry that humans are corded to for most of their lives. 3 of Wands, which is something moving, either coming in or leaving. So, well, there we have the relationship of the masculine to their mind, basically. So, in terms of Taurus, we could be looking at this for the Taurus masculine, actually. Or if you're a Taurus feminine, it would be your masculine, whatever that is. So, it seems the relationship with the mind is changing. Relationship, change, mind, masculine, coming to the end of a cycle, so coming to the end of a cycle of worry, which is also fear, so clearing all of fear, and that is what comes from that. So growth in number 3, which is the Wands. So what comes after the clearing of the cycle of worry? Lovers. That's what comes after that. So Taurus, what you might be experiencing in the next 2 weeks is an ending of the cycle of worry in terms of the masculine that you're connected to, and something coming from that. You might get some kind of commitment coming through. They just said commitment. You might get some kind of contact, some kind of communication. You might just feel this coming through the ether as you're connected vibrationally. Wands is vibrational, so you just might get the feeling that something is on the horizon and that something is on its way in. Like I say, the energy right now is energy of change. It's really volatile. So, you know, you might be just feeling that energy, like something shifting, something feels different, something's coming, right? So that's what you might get in the next 2 weeks. All right, so that's the Taurus. Of course, you might actually get it arriving, like they say, but you alternatively, you might just feel it's about to arrive. Okay. And the next earth sign, Taurus Virgo. It's got the stars, which is healing. Chariot, which is movement, and the masculine and feminine coming together. 5 of Swords, which is the ending of the battle, the dark and the light, so the ending of the ego and the coming into the heart. This is work for mankind, humankind as well. So these are like major arcana, both of them, stars and the chariot. So these are really powerful, meaningful cards in the terms of service work. So the service of the twin flame connection, which is the healing of the energy, masculine and feminine, the bringing together of the masculine and the feminine, the harmonizing of the masculine and feminine in the physical realm, which is the ending of the battle of the dark and the light. It's the harmonization. So it's coming into 0 point. So again, like I say, energy right now is kind of volatile. It's like, where are we in terms of that? Well, we're coming into a massive clearing of loads and loads of fear. Let's have a look and see what this one is. Go with the flow. So you might be noticing that coming through you, for example, coming through your physical body, clearing fear through the physical body. You might be getting physical symptoms. You might be noticing it coming through the mind, clearing confusion coming through the mind, which might be a deprogramming of fear. So sometimes when you clear fear coming through the mind, you actually have loads of fearful thoughts coming through. And every time you have one, it's clearing it a little bit more. And sometimes they come tumbling through your head. And sometimes there's no stopping them. And sometimes they're just random. And sometimes they're not linked. So you'll go from one fearful thought about one subject to a completely different subject, almost like you're tripping over these thoughts that are coming through your head. And that's in fact where it's clearing a lot of fear, and it speeds up. And it can speed up inside of you, so it can feel almost like craziness, like you know, and you just want to get away from your own thoughts. So we've got that there basically. So I feel like you're going to go through some kind of massive clearing inside of yourself of what is the dark, fearful spectrum of humanity. They're saying their Queen of Cups, just go with the flow. Sometimes it's just, you just have to batten down the hatches and hold on to the sides and see these, you know, energetic portals that we go through as actually it's just work. It's just work. So make yourself comfortable for the duration. It's just like going on a flight. Right, you might not be able to leave the house at the moment, but you're certainly going to be able to leave your body to do energetic work or whatever. So you've just got to batten down the hatches and let it come through, whatever it is. Anything else? Let go. In the Swords, 6 of Swords, let go. So you just notice what goes on in your mind, because sometimes it's like your mind's actually taken over, which really it is, because we're not really people at all. So our minds aren't what we think they are. You know, this idea is, when we're human, is that we think we've got a mind so that we can be logical, and so that we can think we know everything from a thinking perspective. right? But that's not everything. It's nothing, in fact, because we're not even human. And mostly when people try and come to that conclusion, what they call the logical perspective will completely deny that as being in any way an option, whereas in fact it is the only option. We're not human. We are everything but human. We just look like we're being human right now for a very short space of time, so we can do a job here, which is supposedly having fun in the physical environment. But it never seems to be, because the logic always gets in the way and says, no, 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 we're here for very serious things like paying our taxes. Anyway, you're a Virgo, so you might notice it coming through you in a credible rate, all this fear spectrum manipulation, disintegrating as it comes through your own thoughts. Okay, next one, Capricorn. Judgment, which is destiny. Death, which is transformation. The Sun, which is really good energy. And the Nine of Swords, which is a completion of a process in terms of the brain and the mind and the ego. So it does look like you're going to have a very good 2 weeks, in fact. Judgment, which is something coming in that is destined. But I feel like this is not in terms of like an arrival of something in the physical, because we don't have any physicality showing there in those cards. Instead, what we've got is transformation, which is an energetic process. So destiny in terms of your energetic process, and the Sun, which is arrival into a really good vibration, a vibration of clarification. A vibration of clarification, so that means like clear vibration, clarified vibration, authentic vibration. So you're actually transforming into what is your creator manifestor vibration. Sun, number 3, creation. What comes, all comes from this, right? In terms of that, that's the ending of a process. Got it upside down, like going out, which is Nine of Swords, which is the process of eliminating the ego, the dark night of the soul. So you seem to be arriving at a really good place in these next 2 weeks inside of yourself. Maybe you're going to come to some greater understanding around why you're here. Maybe you're going to come to some greater understanding about what you actually are and why you are here and what you're here to do in terms of how you're meant to feel and how you're meant to exist in a feeling good state rather than existing for anything else. You're not here for anybody else, basically, is what that's saying. You're here for you, right? What life would do, what the ego would do, what collective ego would do would always try to bring you into the conclusion that you're here for everybody but yourself, right? But actually we're all only here for ourselves. Okay, so Capricorn. I'm going to put one more down on that. Emperor, which is a manifestation of the masculine of the twin flame. The Emperor returns. So you coming into your authority over your vibration, we're certainly bringing that about, but maybe it will bring it about in the next 2 weeks. Maybe you're actually coming to the end of your process, and that transformation in the vibration is in the one that you're connected to. So what else can you let go of, basically, in that? Because there's always something to let go of. There's always, whatever feels painful, whatever feels worrisome, whatever feels confusing, volatile, conflicting, whatever doesn't feel comfortable in your physical existence, in your emotions or your thoughts, let go of it. Just let go of it. Don't try to, just decide to not have to not think those thoughts, to not like open the tin on the lid on the tin, right, and let those thoughts out. Just let go. Let go and let things transform through vibration. It's what we've got there. Okay, so that's it. That's what I'm going to leave for Capricorn, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.